ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति सपदान्तिकं वन्देहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सह गणरघुनाथवन्दितं तत्सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्ण परमहंस सगणललिता श्रीविशंखानुवस्थितं च श्रीकृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्त कंचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धु एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Observing the armies on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Dhritarashtra उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेत युत्सवा मामकः पाण्डवश्चैव किम कुर्वत संजय। धृतराष्ट्र उवाच धर्मक्षेत्रे कुरुक्षेत्रे समवेद युत्सवा मामकः पाण्डवश्चैव किम अकुर्वतः संजय। धृतराष्ट्र उवाच The king Dhritarashtra said, Dharmakshetre in the palace of pilgrimage, Kurukshetre in the palace named Kurukshetre, Samaveta assembled youths desiring to fight. Mamakaha, my party, sons, Pandava, the sons of Pandu, Cha, Eva, certainly came. What Akuruvata did they do? Sanjaya, O Sanjaya, O Sanjaya. Dhritarashtra said, O Sanjaya, after my sons and the sons of Pandu assembled in the palace of pilgrimage at Kurukshetra, desired to fight, what did they do? Purport. Bhagavad Gita is the widely read theistic science summarized in the Gita Mahatmya, glorification of the Gita. There it says that one should read Bhagavad Gita very scrutinizingly with the help of a person who is a devotee of Sri Krishna and try to understand it without personally motivated interpretations. The example of clear understanding is there in the Bhagavad Gita itself, in the way the teaching is understood by Arjuna, who heard the Gita directly from the Lord. If someone is fortunate enough to understand Bhagavad Gita in that line of disciplic succession without motivated interpretation, then he surpasses all studies of Vedic wisdom. In all scriptures of the world, one will find in the Bhagavad Gita all that is contained in other scriptures, but the reader will also find things which are not to be found elsewhere. That is the specific standard of the Gita. It is the perfect theistic science because it is directly spoken by the Supreme Personality, Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. The topics discussed by Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya as described in the Mahabharata form the basic principle for this great philosophy. It is understood that this philosophy evolved on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which is a sacred palace of pilgrimage from the immemorial time of the Vedic age. It was spoken by the Lord when he was present personally on this planet for the guidance of mankind. The word Dharmakshetra, a place where religious rituals are performed, is significant because on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the supreme personality of Godhead was present on the side of Arjuna. Dhritarashtra, the father of the Kurus, was highly doubtful about the possibility of his son's ultimate victory. In this doubt, he inquired from his secretary Sanjaya, what did they do? He was confident that both his sons and the sons of his younger brother Pandu were assembled in that field of Kurukshetra for a determined engagement of the war. Still, his inquiry is significant. He didn't want to compromise between the cousins and brothers. He wanted to be sure of the fate of his sons on the battlefield. Purport: the Bhagavad Gita is the widely read theistic science summarized in the Gita Mahatma glorification. The topics discussed by the Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya as described in the Mahabharata from the basic principle for the great philosophy. It is understood that this philosophy evolved on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which is a sacred place of pilgrimage from the immemorial time of the Vedic age. It was spoken by the Lord when he was present personally on this planet for the guidance of mankind. The topics discussed by Dhritarashtra and Sanjaya as described in the Mahabharata from the basic principle for the great philosophy. It is understood that philosophy evolved on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, which is a sacred place of pilgrimage from the immemorial time of the Vedic age. It was spoken by the Lord when he was present personally on this planet for the guidance of mankind. The word Dharmakshetra, a place where religious rituals are performed, is significant because on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, the supreme personality of Godhead was present on the side of Arjuna. Dhritarashtra, and the father of Kurus, was highly doubtful about the possibility of his son's ultimately victory. In his doubt, he inquired from his secretary Sanjaya, what did they do? He was confident that both his sons and the sons of his younger brother Pandu were assembled in the in that field of Kurukshetra for a determined engage of the war. Still, his inquiry is significant. He did not want to compromise between the cousins and the brothers. He wanted to be sure of the fate of his sons on the battlefield because the battle was arranged to be fought at Kurukshetra, which is mentioned elsewhere in the Vedas as place of worship. Even for the denizens of heaven, Dhritarashtra became very fearful about the influence of the holy face on the outcome of the battle. He knew very well that this would influence Arjuna and the sons of Pandu favorably because by nature they were all virtuous. Sanjaya was a student of Vyasa, and therefore, by the mercy of Vyasa, Sanjaya was able to envision the battlefield of Kurukshetra even while he was in the room of Dhritarashtra. And so Dhritarashtra asked him about the situation on the battlefield. Both the Pandavas and the sons of Dhritarashtra belong to the same family, but Dhritarashtra's mind is disclosed herein. He deliberately claimed only his sons, Kurus. He separated the sons of Pandu from the family heritage. One thus can understand the specific position of Dhritarashtra in his relationship with his nephews, the sons of Pandu. As in the paddy field, the unnecessary plants are taken out, so it is expected from the very beginning of this topic that in the religious field of Kurukshetra, Hare Krishna. Dhritarashtra asked him about the situation on the battlefield. Both the Pandavas and the sons of Dhritarashtra belong to on the same family, but Dhritarashtra's mind is disclosed herein. He deliberately claimed by his only his sons as gurus, and he separated the sons of Pandu from the family heritage. One can thus understand the specific position of Dhritarashtra in his relationship with his nephews, the sons of Pandu. As in the paddy field, the unnecessary plants are taken out, so it is expected from the very beginning of these topics that in the religious field of Kurukshetra, where the father of religion, Sri Krishna, was present, the unwanted plants like Dhritarashtra's son Duryodhana and others would be wiped out, and the thoroughly religious persons headed by Yudhishthira would be established by the Lord. This is the significance of the words Dharma Kshetre and Kurukshetre apart from their historical and Vedic importance. Sanjaya Uvaja दृष्ट्वा तु पाण्डवानिकं व्यूढं दुर्योधनस्तदा आचार्यमुपसंगम्य राजा वचन ब्रवीत. Sanjaya Uvacha, Sanjaya said, Dhritarashtra, after seeing to but Pandava Anikam, the soldiers of the Pandavas, Vyudham arranged in the military phalanx Duryodhana, King Duryodhana, Tada at that time, Acharyam, the teacher, Upasangya, Sangama, approaching Raja the king, Vasanam words, Dravita spoke. Sanjaya said, O king, after looking over the army arranged in a military formation by the sons of Pandu, King Duryodhana went to his teacher and he spoke the following words. Purport: Dhritarashtra was blind from the birth. Unfortunately, he was also bereft of spiritual vision. He knew very well that his sons were equally blind in the matter of religion, and he was sure that they could never reach an understanding with the Pandavas, who were all pure since birth. Still, he was doubtful about the influence of the place of pilgrimage, and Sanjaya could understanding his motive in asking about the situation on the battlefield. Sanjaya wanted, therefore, to encourage the despondent king and thus assured him that his sons were not going to make any sort of compromise under the influence of the holy place. Sanjaya therefore informed the king that his son Duryodhana, after seeing the military force of the Pandavas, at once went to the commander-in-chief Duryodhana Dronacharya to inform him of the real position. Although Duryodhana is mentioned as the king, he still had to go to commander on account of the seriousness of the situation. He was therefore quite fit to be a politician, but Duryodhana's diplomatic veneer could not disguise the fear he felt when he saw the military arrangement of the Pandavas. पश्यैतं पाण्डुपुत्राणामाचार्य महतीं चुमुं व्यूढा द्रुपदपुत्रेण तव शिष्येण धीमततिं प्यासा Behold, etam, these, Pandu, Putramanam, the sons of Pandu, Acharya, O teacher, Mahatim, the great, Kamum, military force, Yuddham, arranged Drupada Putrena, by the son of Drupada, Tava, your Shishneya, disciple, Dhi Mata, very intelligent. O my teacher, beware the great army of the sons of Pandu, so extremely engaged, arranged by your intelligent disciple, the son of Drupada. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमन हरे गोविंद जय जय गोविंद जय जय गोपाल जय जय राधा रमन हरे गोविंद जय जय ला 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 ला